There's much more content and movement material that's been made now. We're clear about different sections. So what we're trying to do now is kind of quickly come up with ideas for the different sections. And I say quickly because when we're working in this kind of way, it can't be that you start one section and you perfect it and it's beautiful and it's all really complex. Because the dancers are moving really quickly in terms of the piece developing, that we need to keep on top of everything at the same time. So it might be, right, we start this one and see if that fits, but actually in the meantime, while they're working on that, we then have to be carrying on with the next piece. So at the minute, we're kind of going for breadth rather than depth, which is quite useful because that means then that we can kind of keep some signature ideas going throughout the piece because we're aware of it that way before we start developing it that way. So it's like an ongoing thing. We just kind of like a cyclical process really. So we'll start one and then we'll move back to another one and then move back to that and kind of keep swapping. I think at the minute there are probably about 20 tracks or so that we're kind of working on simultaneously. This just continues now, and it's kind of like, if you imagine that we've sketched the outline, what we have to do now is keep coming back and kind of doing the detail and filling the bits in. So there are lots of plate spinning, there is a lot left to do. The interesting thing about it is you never know when you're going to hit the right thing. I could have 7 attempts on one piece of music for a particular section, or it might be that I'll go in and suddenly get it within half an hour. There's just no knowing. So that's kind of the exciting bit really, is that it's not just up to me and Tim as composers. You can't necessarily make it happen, you just sometimes have to kind of trust the process.